Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager F1 2021 and another part of our Immersive Driver Career Mode with Mercedes. Today we've got the Mexican Grand Prix. We have had through which departments are going to be affected by the regulation change. So it's going to be the aerodynamics and chassis. So the team are going to be working hard to try and protect as many of the parts as possible going into next season. We have put in the freshest engine that we have for the Mexican Grand Prix. It's a place where we've had a little bit of good fortune in the past. We finished 5th there last year, didn't finish the year or first season, I should say, and the Ferrari year we finished in 6th. So I think it's high time that we got a podium here. So let's see how we get on in qualifying. Of course, we are 5 points ahead in the championship, ahead of Max Verstappen after we both had a bit of a weak weekend last time out. 4 races to go, of course, culminating in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It is going to be massive pressure. So let's see how we get on in our first lap of Q1. Well, this hasn't been a very good first lap. We come up to the line and it's a 1:13.5, which is half a second slower than our teammate Lewis Hamilton, and around a 1:13 lap. It's a lot to be a half a second down. Well, I felt the need to have to come out again because we were bubbling on the drop zone, and we have done a better lap there. And that'll do nicely. Through to Q2. Well, here we come up to the line then in Q2, and it's a 1:13.1, which is a much better time than what we did in Q1, and that's enough for P4 at the moment, quicker than Mick Schumacher, so I'm inclined to think that'll probably be okay with that time. And there's still time to get in Q3, but you can see we're so much quicker in Sector 1 here. We were on our flying lap, and it's whether we want to just finish this off to have the security. But no, we're losing a little bit of time now. Well, we've had to come out at the end of Q2 as well because we're on the verge of going out, and we do just about make it through in P9 in the end. And well, we've got tyres that are 2 laps old going into tomorrow's race, and that's not what we want, but at least we are through to Q3, and it is incredibly close. You know, we're only 4.5 tenths off pole position in that session. Gasly very, very quick indeed, but yeah, top 10 separated by half a second, so this could go any way at all. Well, here we come up to the line. It's a 1:13.2, which puts us ahead of Lewis Hamilton. But now we need to get in. We need to get the new tyres on because the rain has come. The rain has come. We need to get in. We need to get these new tyres on and get out there sharpish to try and find pole position time. But it is getting wet out there. This is surely going to be the last chance to get any sort of time in. We're currently in 7th. Max Verstappen only 5th, so I have no idea who is going to be on pole position here. But let's see if we can get any time whatsoever. No, is the answer to that, because we've just crashed it out. Well, I mean, just gone the power too early there. You come through the stadium section and trying to get a good little run out of the final corner, lost it straight into the pit wall, and well, what a shame. What a shame. So we retire from the session, and for the 3rd qualifying session this season, we have crashed out before having a go at pole position, and it's disappointing because those tyres would have been much quicker than the ones that we were on.
With qualifying finished,
but there you go, we finished 7th, and Leclerc is on pole.
Gasly and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
But that just shows, you know, we didn't go out there on the fresh tyres. I didn't think it was going to rain, but it did, and that's ruined it. But we start 7th, which it could have been a whole lot worse today. So let's see how we get on in the race.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from 3rd on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? At 2,285 metres above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Can we begin by having a chat about Charles Leclerc? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, with Pierre Gasly alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Fernando Alonso and Tsunoda. The captain, Hamilton, Bottas and Sergio Perez. Giovinazzi, Vettel, Mick Schumacher and Stroll. Russell, Ocon, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Nicholas Latifi, Lundgaard, and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing, as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Well, here we go then, ready to go in this Grand Prix. I think an early stop is probably going to be what we look for here, because these tyres are going to run out fairly quickly. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, maybe an early stop. Let's have a look at that and see how that goes. So here we go, on to the formation lap. We've not been having fantastic formation laps.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Of course, this is one of the longest runs up to turn 1 of the season. It is not going to be an easy Grand Prix, this. It really isn't. We've got worn soft tyres to begin the race, so we're going to be on the back foot in that sense. We're starting down in 7th, which obviously isn't fantastic.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
It will just be a case of whether we can get within 5 points of Max Verstappen today, really. Otherwise, the championship is going to change hands again. And it seems such a waste this weekend of our brand new fresh engine. And the fact that we haven't really had any performance whatsoever to write home about. But hopefully, in Brazil and in Jeddah, we will be in a good position. So, here we come. We're now slowing down as we head into the stadium section. Trying to keep our tyres warmer than the ones of the cars in front. So here we come. Onto the grid. Charles Leclerc will start in pole position. Pierre Gasly, the foreman, he will start in 2nd. Verstappen 3rd, Norris in 4th. Alonso 5th, and then Tsunoda an excellent 6th. We start 7th with Hamilton in 8th, Bottas 9th, and I believe it's Sergio Perez in 10th. So this is going to be A big start to this Grand Prix. Probably want to stick to the outside going into turn 1. It does get quite tight. So, here we go. Let's get ready and enjoy the Mexican Grand Prix. Lights out, away we go, and what a start off the grid that is. We lost it a little bit in the second phase of the start as we were trying to short shift, but that was amazing reactions to the lights, probably the best we've ever had. And we go down the inside of turn 2 and we are through, and we've got Verstappen and Alonso battling it out, and there are yellow flags behind. I don't know what's happened, but there has been an incident. Alonso defending from Verstappen now, and I'm feeling a little bit of downforce loss. I'm not sure where we've got that from. Let's check. No, apparently not. So it's just dirty air of Max Verstappen, who is going fairly slowly here. Has he got damage? Oh, come on, that wasn't a corner cut. That's what really annoys me about strict corner cutting, is that gave us no advantage whatsoever. The tyre may have, by a millimetre, come outside of the white lines, but that was really annoying. And Max Verstappen, well, no, he hasn't got front wing damage. I was assuming he had. I'd backed off a little bit from him so that he could peel off into the pits, but we are 5 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton here at the moment, and now closing in on Max Verstappen. But what a start to this Grand Prix. The best start of our career so far, you would say. Now, Verstappen must have damage, because there's no way we'd be able to overtake a Red Bull like that. He must have side pod damage.
You made it look easy.
Or something similar. He's going to get into our slipstream now. He actually will have DRS as well. And you can see it's a drag race pretty much, and we've just got better straight line speed. So of course we take the inside line, and the two championship protagonists are safely through. Verstappen not managing to get past us there. He's having a look at us, but doesn't have the straight line speed, so
check your MFD for a new strategy.
Now we hopefully have ourselves a good chance to pull away here.
Copy that.
As Jeff wants to change our strategy, and he has to do that in America. We went against him. This time we're going to trust the man behind the numbers. Well, these tyres do feel horrible, so I am going to come in and get them changed, because I just feel like there's not a chance that we're getting a good result if we keep them on today.
Go now.
And that was our Q2 that cost us that little bit of strategy advantage there. So for the third race in a row, we've come in early, and this time hoping to stay in front of Max Verstappen. I'm sort of hoping, because Max Verstappen is wounded, he will not be able to push on too much, and maybe even Lewis Hamilton will struggle to get past him. So it's sort of a championship decision rather than a race decision. I feel like we can get back past Max Verstappen through an undercut. Goodness me, Lundgaard having a little go at us there. And now Mazepin slightly in the way. I mean, this is not where we wanted to be stuck behind, and this is going to cost us precious seconds. Well, here we come on Nikita Mazepin. We go down the inside, and we have got a bit of damage. We had picked up some.
You've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little drag.
We had taken some from Lundgaard anyway, so this race is just going from bad to worse, really. Well, past Latifi we go, but This car is a wounded animal now, and not the wounded animal that you would be scared of, because we are struggling to make it past these back markers, so chances are we are going to be behind Verstappen and Lewis when all is said and done. Looks like Lewis has got past Max Verstappen. But here we go. We maybe got a chance on the two Alphas here into one corner. And yes, we do manage it. So we get ourselves some clear air.
Lewis is in the pits.
So Lewis Hamilton now in the pit lane. Let's see how much time we've lost here. It's going to be embarrassingly bad, isn't it? There is Hamilton. He's coming out the pits now.
Have taken damage. You may start to pick up a little drag.
And there you go. We have lost 5-6 seconds through all that. So again, we went against Jeff's advice on the strategy. Went with our own thoughts, and it's been a strategy error once again. Yeah, Max in the pits now.
Gap to car in front is...
Looks like we are going to come out in front of Max Verstappen, which is good. Oh, safety car.
Too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So, that sort of changes the race a little bit. And we looking on tyre wear. Not too bad. It's weather. We take the risk of fixing our front wing. But I do feel like that's a silly decision, really. We've got track position. I think track position is going to be king over everything else here.
Give that position back. We are under safety car conditions and cannot overtake. Return the position.
Alonso managed, Giovinazzi managed to just get ahead of us. So we're down to 6th here in this Grand Prix. It's going to be an intense finish to this race. I think Fernando Alonso in front. I'm not sure he's pitted yet, so he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I think they've opted against a double stack and went for the guy behind first, but I think Alonso's going to drop way down the field, which is a shame because he had an excellent qualifying, was having a good race. But at the moment, you've got Gasly leading. You got Charlie Leclerc in second, Alonso third, but possibly about to come into the pits. Well, I'm not sure actually. Do I see mediums on Alonso's car? Maybe he was just that far ahead of us. I'm not sure. Yeah, Alonso's staying out, so presumably he's pitted. And now you got Giovinazzi on brand new medium tyres just ahead of us. Lewis Hamilton in the mix as well. But more importantly, Max Verstappen has caught up to us, of course.
Eyes are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Okay, so here we go then. We're ready to get underway once again. It's going to be an intense restart to this Grand Prix. We're being held as long as possible by Gasly. But we are underway once again.
The track is clear.
In this Mexican Grand Prix. And now we got to see what we can pull off, because Mick Schumacher's going to have a little look at us, is he? Into this first corner, and you can see a massive move from Fernando Alonso down the inside of Leclerc. There's got to be an incident here. Oh my goodness, Leclerc manages to bat himself in front. Hamilton now having a look at Fernando Alonso, and we've got Schumacher having a look at us. This is crazy racing, and we just about hold on as Hamilton now battling with Fernando Alonso. And Giovinazzi in front of us, he's going to struggle to stay in front. He's got better traction on the exit though, as we were trapped on the curve, and well, we managed to just about stay ahead of Max Verstappen, who's the one behind us now. But what a shame we failed to use the opportunity to get past him. Max Verstappen now having a little look down our inside, potentially. Not quite. He has the outside line going into the stadium. Of course, we're going to defend hard from Max Verstappen as we are fighting for the championship. But here we come onto the pit straight again, and we've already lost over a second to Antonio Giovinazzi now. And here comes Mick Schumacher. He's going to have a look at us. We go right over to the inside to try and defend. And Schumacher does have a look down the inside. And we just open the steering wheel and back out of it a little bit. Managed to stay ahead, and Tsunoda has got ahead of Max Verstappen. So we've got the two Alpines potentially battling it out ahead. We've got Hamilton, who is battling Gasly for the lead of this Grand Prix. We are all out of shape here, and luckily managed to stay in front of Schumacher for now, but we are going to struggle to stay in this position for the rest of the Grand Prix. Well, we got yellow flags somewhere. I'm not entirely sure what's happened, but there are yellow flags. Somebody's out of the race here.
Okay, the incident has
Who is it going to be? I think it's Mazepin that's out.
They've got a serious car issue.
DRS enabled.
Okay, the stewards
Doesn't look
have now
like
enabled
it's
DRS.
going to be a safety car.
Now online.
Well, look how far ahead of Tsunoda we are, and Schumacher's come into the pit lane, so I don't know if he's had an incident with Tsunoda behind. So it's all happening, and Verstappen has dropped back as well. There's more yellow flags.
We need to catch up with the car ahead. The gap is around 5 seconds.
But yeah, we're really going to struggle to catch Giovinazzi and Alonso between now and the rest of the race. But if we can hold on to this position, I think we'd be quite happy. Well, it looks like Verstappen has come into the pits, so I think he's had another incident. He was the cause of the yellow flags, so somehow out of today we're going to get a championship lead out of it. Verstappen's definitely not going to score. And, well, 8 points would be a decent advantage to add on to our 5. You know, 13 points at this stage is going to be pretty good, but we've just got to wait and see whether we can stay in front of Lance Stroll. Stroll's on the soft tyres, and ours are very old medium tyres. It's a wounded car. Well, here comes Lance Stroll. I think for the championship's sake, we just let him go. There's absolutely no point battling. Any points that we get today are going to be crucial come the end of the season, so we just got to try and stay in the points. We're in a wounded car. Mick Schumacher's just set the fastest lap of the race, interestingly enough. Well, there goes Tsunoda as well. We should be able to get back past him though, and that's what we do. Vettel has got involved in the action as well. So here we come on to the final lap of the race.
This is your final lap.
Is Alonso going to make a move on his teammate Giovinazzi? That's the question. Big move here from Tsunoda. Don't think we're going to have enough to
There's only
Come
one
back at him, and
remaining.
Vettel goes down the inside as well. Oh, well, we're trying to stay ahead, and we just about do. He's going to have DRS, so we go to the inside. Perez is there as well. Oh, and we've lost more of the front wing. And we get a warning for that. I think that was very much Vettel's fault, though. Moving across us in the braking zone, and there goes Perez. And we just don't have the grip anymore, I'm afraid. And there goes Norris, so we're not going to finish inside the points. And it's another disaster for us this season. Points we should have had. An avoidable incident with Vettel. And there's Guan Yu Zhou, and, well, that's going to be another penalty for us, I think. Apparently not. That's seen as Guan Yu Zhou's
There's been
fault.
an incident on track resulting in loose debris.
11th place. Not good.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Park
But
Fermé.
we maintain our lead in the championship.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again.
So Leclerc wins in the end. He beats Gasly. That's a shame for Gasly. He led a lot of that race. Be interested to see what the gap was. Maybe the safety car messed him up.
Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Lance Stroll certainly put in an impressive performance today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, a bit of a damp squib of a weekend in the end. We looked like we were going to extend our championship lead. But Max Verstappen also messed up. He was out of the points, so I suppose it's the best case scenario if we were going to have a race like that. Charles Leclerc, 2 in a row, he's won now, and he, I mean, I suppose is back into the championship hunt, as is Lewis Hamilton, within a race victory of us now. 5 points over Max Verstappen, of course, 50 points over Gasly, 54 over Leclerc. Bottas well out of it now, 57 points down. He's down to 6th in the championship. We're 37 points ahead as a constructor over Red Bull. But it's just 3 races to go, and fingers crossed they will go a lot better than that, otherwise we will not be winning the championship this year. So if you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.